So today's a short day. We're only doing about 80 or 90 miles from this RV park to our next Harvest Host location. So it seems like since we're going to get a late start today and it's time to regenerate our water softener. You've heard me talk about the water softener. There will be a link in the bio because it's one of the most important pieces of equipment I think we have to go with our RV, because water is so hard in so many different states that we've been to that what you get out of it is well worth the little bit of hassle there is that goes with it. So today, since it's been a few months since I've backflushed it, I'm going to backflush it first and then I'll regenerate it. So to backflush it, they give you a little screw-on nipple that turns the outlet on the water softener into the inlet, and you run the water backwards for about 10 minutes for the model that we have at full force water pressure. Helps just kind of backflush and clean the system out, and then I'll go through the regeneration process. So after about 5 minutes, 10 minutes of this, I'll go ahead and turn the water off. I'll empty the container, I'll add my salt, and I'll begin the regeneration process. So I'll bring you back when it's time to see the regeneration process. So now that I've completed the backflush for 10 minutes, I've removed the top cap right here, and now I'm going to add the 2 containers of salt and a little bit of iron out. The iron out helps strip all that hard materials off the beads in here and get you back to a perfect reading on your water hardness level. So once the 2 containers of salt are added here, I attach the water, and it's a really low stream, and it runs for about half an hour at a really low stream, and then about 5 minutes of a full-on flow, just to help completely purge the entire system of the salt and get those beads stripped clean and make it ready to go into operation again. These are the containers of salt. For the size of unit that I have, it takes 2 of these containers. You just dump it in right here. This is probably the hardest part of the whole process because it's not a very large opening for the salt to go in. It's wet, it tends to clump a little bit. Just pick it up by the handle, bounce it a little bit, it drops down in. And once those 2 containers are in there, I put the top cap back on, turn the water flow on in its proper direction. Again, as a really low stream of water to where the water just barely clears the side of the container. And then again, that will run for about 30 minutes. All right, salt is in. Time to put the cap back on and get the water going. I like to use a hose that has a little pressure regulator on it right here at the end, or a flow regulator on it, either here or at my Y on the spigot. That way, once I connect the hose, I know I can control the amount of water, because again, it's supposed to be a really slow flow for 30 minutes. So now it's on. And that's where we're at. So now it's going to do that for 30 minutes. We'll come back, we'll turn the flow up to high for about 5 minutes, and then she's all done. All right, it's been 30 minutes now that it's been running. I usually just give it a little taste test. If I don't taste any salt, that means it's probably met what it needs to do, which I don't taste any salt. So now the instructions say turn your flow up to high and let it go for about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna let this run for 5 minutes, then it should be ready. The 5 minutes is up on the final regeneration process of this. Now what I will do is I'll disconnect my hose and I usually drain a little bit of the water out of it by tipping it upside down. Water comes out because this is full of water right now. So I drain some of the water out of it, and then I put it in the 5-gallon bucket because it helps create a little bit more stability for it. And if anything leaks, it gets contained in that. But I also set that inside a tote bin in my under storage of the RV on my water side. So in that tote bin, I've got this, my water hose, my water filter, my water pressure regulator, my Ys, everything I need for my water side is in that one tote bin. So when I arrive at a location, I open that storage compartment door, the tote bin's right there, pull that out. Everything I need is contained right in that tote bin, and it's easy for me to get everything set up and ready to go. Another thing that I like to do is I like to use the quick connects. It just kind of makes things a little bit more simple. Now when I do this regeneration process and the backflush, I have to take the quick connects off. So I may have to retape this end to make sure that there's no leaks, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's something that can get done in just a short amount of time. And the benefits of having soft water are just phenomenal. Especially for us right now, we are in a trailer with an on-demand water heater. So that means that, you know, hard water in that, in my opinion, would just be much more damaging to that overall, because you think of your coffee pots and stuff. If you're running hot water through your coffee pot, it constantly needs to be cleaned or descaled. So I'm sure the same kind of thing is happening in an on-demand water heater system if you're running a lot of hard water through that system. So like I was saying, everything goes into one tote right here. And then that one tote goes right there into my storage compartment. And if you haven't checked it out yet, check out our RV tour video, because you'll get some ideas of how we store everything in our trailer. Because this is being the wet side, everything that I need on this side I try and store on this side. So water right here next to the door for my wet bay, and then my sewer connections down here, and then everything I need for my sewer connections are stored in the compartment right back there. So it makes it really simple when you get to a campground, when you store things right, to have easy access to them, get set up faster, and be ready to go. Same thing when it comes to breaking down. Much easier to break down when everything has a home.